We're on to example number 2. Notice I have my calculator out. I could need to use that at any time. Example 2 is very similar to example 1. Except it says which representation, meaning we have different representations of the set of points. Okay, the first one is a mapping, a table, a set of ordered pairs, and a graph. And it says which one does not, keyword not again, show y as a function of x. Again, when you're taking the test, at the end of the test, if you want to look back through the questions and just double check and look for that word not, just skim through every question, look for not or true or false, and make sure that you answered it properly. So the first one is a mapping. Anytime you see a mapping on the test, again, you're going to have paper and pencil. I would expect that you would write something down. Even I myself need to write things down. And I'm the teacher, so you too should have to write some things down. Now, we've been doing these calculator skills, which makes less that you need to write down, but it doesn't mean that there's not some recording that you need to do. So notice I'm just making matches, 3 to 2, negative 2.5 to 4, 4 goes to 3, and 3 goes to 3. Now I can look at my x values. Do any of them repeat? No, none of them repeat, so that's a true. Looking here, do any of these repeat? The 2 repeats, different outputs. The 3 also repeats, so that's definitely not a function. Looking here, none of the x's repeat. That's a function. This last one is what we call the vertical line test. And we're going to draw as many vertical lines as we can through this graph. If it only ever touches the graph one time, that means true, this is a function. So this is true, 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 and this one is false. So here's some more graphs. Often, all of these questions come straight from the star, so these are the type of questions you'll see. Again, we have that keyword not, and y is a function of x. So we're going to do that vertical line test. Okay, and every line we draw only crosses the graph once or touches the graph once. That is a function. Okay, here I have, if I draw a vertical line, it crosses my graph twice. If it ever crosses 2 or 3 times, it's not a function. So this is false. Okay, this is the parabola, the U-shaped curve, and it's forever going out to the left and down. So even though it might kind of look like it's not going to pass, it's only ever going to cross once. So this is true statement. Same thing, parabola. Parabola is going to be a function, and that's true. So this will be my false statement. So again, notice I did all 4 of them, and I put true and false. That helped me identify the not. Here's one for you to try on your own. If you started doing the vertical line test, you would have saw that they all passed the vertical line test. So they all would have been true. So looking at this question, which is the best representation of the function y equals x? This one asks it a little bit differently. Going back here real quick, remember it says y as a function of x. That's asking if it passed the vertical line test. This is asking y equals x, where y equals x is the linear parent function. So this would be one I might come over here on my calculator if I'm not sure and just add the graph. This is f of x is the same thing as y equals, and I'm just going to type in x, enter, and I can see that graph B is that line. So there's the answer.